What's up, guys? Robert Optimal Bodies. Now, what do most people do when they want to improve the body composition, when they want to lose fat, want to lose weight, get into shape, probably before a holiday or a wedding, that sort of thing? Now, I just keep seeing this trend on the internet, which always seems to revolve around eating less and moving more, which, yeah, for 99% of the people, probably 100% of the people, it's a great start, but you're quickly going to run into a brick wall with that, as you can only lower your calories so low before your body fights back. You don't want to be living in this calorie prison, that I like to call it. So yeah, you can easily, you can tell people just not to eat. Just eat a few grains of rice a day and a bit of lettuce. But is that sustainable? What's going to happen? Your body's going to fight back. And in the process of that, if you're not fueling your muscle with adequate protein, if you haven't got the adequate energy from either carbs or fat, depending which sort of diet you follow, we won't go into that into detail today, but if you haven't got the energy, then your body's going to rob it from muscle tissue as well. So you're breaking down muscle tissue from both ends. You haven't, probably three ways. You haven't got the energy to train. You haven't got the energy, the protein to sustain or grow muscle to stimulate protein synthesis, and if you haven't got any carbs or fat in your system and you're getting leaner and leaner, your body needs to always have a certain amount of blood glucose, sugar in the blood, for energy. If you don't eat enough, you can only get so much from your body fat tissue, depending how big you are. So as you get leaner, where's it gonna take it from? Skeletal muscle. Muscle is the first thing on the chopping board. So you can't just keep dropping your calories. It works really well at first because most people have a lot of body fat around them. You see that as a fuel tank. See your fuel gauge in your car is full. If you're not eating as much and your calories are low, you're not really in a calorie deficit because you're not accounting for the calories in body fat on your body. So your adipose tissue has tons and tons, of hundreds of thousands, etc., of calories, millions, if not billions, of energy to sustain for a long time. So it's going to work for a while. So that's why a lot of diets do work for a while, but you don't want to sabotage your metabolism as you lose muscle, because muscle is metabolically active tissue. So if you're losing muscle and your metabolism is dropping, you might only see the ramifications of that when you hit a sticking point and a plateau. The same goes for exercise and the moving more part of the equation. Yep, you've got tons of body fat on you, great. You can exercise multiple times a day without any trouble. As that fuel tank starts to drop and you're getting boom, boom, boom into the red, your fuel light's on, and simultaneously your metabolic active tissue, your fire burning furnace of muscle is dropping because of what we spoke about earlier, then what's going to happen is your body's going to shut down. Your body's always aware of how much fuel it has on board. Your body fat signals via leptin hormone to your brain basically to say how much body fat we've got. So everything starts to shut down. If you're a male, your testosterone, female as well. You might get irregular periods, miss periods, you become infertile. Anything that takes a lot of energy, like training and having motivation to train, that takes a back seat. Your body's trying to save energy from vital organs like your heart and your digestive system, your kidneys, your liver, your brain. It takes about 20% of the energy of your body, something like that. So yeah, so you're going to slow down. You're not going to have the motivation to train. You're not going to have the strength. You're not going to have the energy and the output to do it. So again, that just goes back to you're not going to be able to stimulate muscle growth. So that just falls into the move more part of the equation. So you can't just keep dropping calories and you can't just keep moving more and more and more. If you start at an hour of cardio a day, what are you going to do when you hit a plateau? 2 hours of cardio hits a plateau, 3 hours of cardio. So there needs to be a better solution to simple as eat less, move more. And my number one solution out of how many we're going to go into today, try not to ramble on too much, build muscle. Muscle, again, as we said, metabolically active tissue. It's like every workout is like adding a log of wood onto that fire. Just keeps it burning, keeps your metabolism high. Muscle demands a lot of energy, a lot of ATP to keep it going. The training is stimulating muscle. So weight training is going to be your best friend. Resistance training, press-ups, body weight, calisthenics, that sort of thing is going to be your best friend. When you're wanting to lose body fat, not just I say lose weight, that could be bone weight, muscle weight, organ weight. You could chop a limb off, you could lose weight, but you're not going to look better. So we want to lose body fat. So burning body fat, keep the muscle. Tip number 2, you want to eat as I've spoke about before, if you follow my stuff, high quality animal bioavailable nutrition. This essential amino acids, essential fatty acids, no such thing as essential carbohydrates or fiber, but that's a different story. I've spoke about that before. But the main takeaway from this is your body is very smart. If you're putting these nutrients in your body, you're going to stay fuller for longer. You're going to be satiated, basically. So it's okay putting someone in calorie prison and just saying eat this many calories, but it has to be the quality of the calories, not just the quantity. Obviously, you have to be in an overall calorie deficit, but that is so much easier to do if you're not even hungry. Like, how do you create a calorie deficit without suffering, without making you miserable and starving? High quality animal nutrition. So you'll naturally eat less, you'll naturally cruise down to your set body fat. Obviously, if you want to get on stage and compete and have shredded abs and veins running everywhere and look like a leaf, then yeah, you might have to calculate a bit more. You might have to start to trim the fat and eat less slightly. But a great starting point, rather than just saying eat less, is look at the quality of your foods, not just the number on the app, the macro calculator app, whatever you use. So high quality animal nutrition is going to stimulate something called cholecystokinin, CCK, from the small intestine, which basically is a long way of saying, if you put less good food in your body, your gut is going to tell your brain, nice one, we've got everything we need to rebuild, we've got anything we need to use as energy, we've got all the essential fat-soluble vitamins, A, D, E, K2, etc. We've got energy, we've got protein to build muscle, stop eating. And a bonus little tip, number 3, and maybe 3 and 4. 3, I'd focus on prioritising protein. Protein is a very satiating macronutrient for only 4 calories per gram. Also, I recommend protein and fat, but if for the average person, they've got a lot of body fat already on the body, so it doesn't make sense to eat tons and tons of extra fat. You need some to stay satiated, but until you get sort of like, say if you're a male and you get down to like 10%, you start to see your abs, then you can start to manipulate things more. But for the average person, you've got tons of body fat, you probably don't need to eat a lot of fat. It's already there, it's ready for fuel. It's like filling your tank up with petrol and it just starts overflowing and spilling over. It's already full. Why would you put it in? You're wasting your money, you're wasting your time, and it can't be good for your system. So protein. And then a little bonus tip, if you're doing all these things and you still wanted to push the envelope, probably get ready for some sort of physique bodybuilding competition, or you just want to be absolutely peeled out of your mind, then you can do some sort of additional exercise, because you don't want to push calories too low, to keep pushing them, even if they're quality calories. Then you could look at, if you're just doing resistance training, you could look at maybe just adding in like an hour's walk a day, just steady walking. That can add up. That can just burn that little few grams of fat extra that adds up over the days, the weeks, the months. And if you've got the energy, you could do high intensity interval training. It doesn't take a lot of time, it doesn't take a lot of equipment, and you can use like modern days machines to make it a lot safer on your joints and don't want to pull a hamstring sort of thing. You could use the air bike, the resistance trainer, even the cross trainer. Like, you might sprint all out for 20-30 seconds, you might recover for 2 or 3 minutes, get your breath back, go again, repeat this 5 or 6 times. Doesn't take long, but the good thing about it, because it's sprinting, you're using them high threshold motor units, fast twitch muscle fibers, you're probably going to stimulate muscle growth, at least maintain your muscle a lot better, which we spoke of before. That is just putting more wood on that fire, keeping it burning. Okay, so eat less, move more can be a great start, but look at it long term, because you don't want to get to a point where, yeah, you lose a couple of stone, but now you're eating 800 calories a day. Where do you go from there? Like most people, that's why they yo-yo. That's what yo-yoing is. You've lost muscle, your metabolic rate has dropped with it. So now 800 calories, if you only go up to 1,000, that could make you gain fat again. But if you've done it right and maintained your muscle, and you've only attacked body fat, you could maintain your body weight at, say, 1,500 calories, which makes a massive difference to adherence to the diet. A lot of people, that's why I think yo-yo dieting occurs. I've made videos on that before. But how great would it be if you can lose fat on the highest calories possible? That is the goal, because then you're going to be more satiated, you're not going to quit. The best diet in the world is the one you can stick to, and the one you can stick to is the one that doesn't leave you in calorie prison, miserable and starving. Okay, so keep your muscle, that's number 1. And don't undereat, don't make yourself miserable, unless you're getting ready for a bodybuilding competition, because it's not fun. And you don't need to do endless hours and hours and hours of boring steady state cardio. Okay, let your muscle burn the calories, even when you're training, but even at rest, and high intensity interval training if you like that sort of thing. If you love doing marathon running, then crack on, because that's your sport. You have to do that steady state, long distance stuff. But if you just want to get in shape and look good naked like most of us do, resistance training, minimal cardio, high quality nutrition, that's the goal. Cheers for listening, guys. Anything on this topic, even if it's negative, positive, please post, comment. Please be respectful though. Because I used to reply to stuff and get into little barneys with people when I was younger, but now I just simply, if anything negative, I just block people because I can't be bothered with it. Or if it is really negative, you think, oh, maybe not best say that in front of like 5,000 people on Facebook. Just message me privately. I'll happily have a little friendly debate with you. That's fine. Any personal issues and you want more elaboration, message me. I do online coaching, as you probably all know. I do in-person PT. We'll go from there. Cheers. Thanks for listening.